I just wanted to show a couple of journals in progress that I've been playing with, some journaling ideas. This one is a very loosely bound journal of my painted papers. I like to paint on book paper especially, and so this one is all painted book papers from a book that was a second from the dollar store, and it had some messed up pages anyway, so I didn't feel bad about cutting that up. Anyway, so the outside is done with napkins. It's a napkin collage, so I just did that very simply on a file folder. I cut out a file folder to size. I think the next time I will do something hand-painted for this, but for right now, this is what I'm playing with. And I folded that file folder to make pockets on the inside, so there's a place to have journaling tags if you want to have journaling tags. So anyway, I love to paint these papers. It takes about a half an hour to do each one, front and back, I think. Sometimes a little less, especially when it's like this and doesn't have a lot on it, but sometimes it's more. It's very therapeutic for me to paint these pages. I highly recommend it if you're stressed out, because it's really fun. I just use craft paints, or sometimes my good acrylics, depends if I need a color from my heavy acrylic stash. So anyway, I'm just going to go through this very quickly so you can see these pages. And this is an unfinished journal. I could leave it like this because I just really love I love all the little abstract paintings in here, but I also, once in a while, I see something in there that I want to bring out. So I find the papers are very inspiring and help me go on to the next thing sometimes. And when I put them all together after I paint them, I do try to kind of arrange them where I know they're going to fall, two different pages side by side are going to look okay together. I kind of like how they're in a spread, if I want to do it that way. So, so these are just the other sides of all those papers. And these are just very quickly. Sometimes I paint, sometimes I scrape, sometimes I stamp with stamps that I make myself sometimes. And sometimes I stencil. There's some stenciling. Just whatever I feel like playing with at the time is what I do to make these papers. Okay, and now this is the last page, and we have another pocket back here. And so that is that little, and it's all bound very, very loosely, so I can pull out any of these pages if I want to work on them. I could just pull them right out of the book, or put them back when I'm done. So there's that. And now this is a little teeny tiny journal, and it was kind of made the same way. I started with the little, only small papers, and I put them together and made a little cover that I then collaged the napkins. These are just buttons, and they're threaded onto an elastic jewelry cord, which was surprisingly strong. I could not break this when I tried, so this is actually really strong. Anyway, so that made a nice little closure there. And the rest was bound with a silk ribbon. And like I said, this was a cardstock with, this is where I tear up the napkins and collage all kinds of things together with a little washi tape on the spine. And that continues here. And then I just added a little book I was working on of those papers. But I continued on with these, and I started doing a little collaging, a little this and that. These are just plain But when we get a little further along, here's some where I added some lace and a little stamp and some pictures from some stationery that I had, the little butterflies and more lace. These will get played with more. I'll add more. I may right here, I've got a little area for journaling. They may get more words, they may get more pictures. This is an in-process little journal. And I've added little pictures to this. Here's some washi tape here, and some more little pictures. Here's a How Sweet stamp with some butterflies, and this one I love. This one, I drew this little flower. I stamped this little cow. Here's some washi tape on the side, and this is one of my favorite teas. I love to drink this tea all the time, the chamomile lavender. And so this was a tea bag cover, and I cut it off at the top, of course, and I glued it to the page, and then I made this little tag. This was made from some stationery on some cardstock. There's some little printing on the back. So I do like this little page. I think this is the first one I did that I started working on. Still may not be done. Who knows? Here's another page with some cutouts with some pictures and painted paper and things I drew, and there's a photograph of some nice flowers I pulled off of I don't even know where, something in my stash, and some more lace. And this was from a napkin. This is another napkin collage. I think a lot about how nice it would be to visit Paris. I haven't done that yet. It's on my bucket list. So, and here's, I was working on this on the other video where I painted the tickets. And I pulled this out and I said I saw a girl here. And she has just been lightly brought to the surface with pencil at this point. I may do other things. I may paint, I don't know. I'm just going to be real careful with that because I really like her and I don't want to mess it up. And this was just some, I do this like you would do like refrigerator poetry. Do you remember that? Where you get all the little words on magnets and put them on the refrigerator and anyone can come by and make little poetry out of them. And I do that kind of with the book paper. Sometimes I will just cut out the words and fiddle around with them. And this one, it says, her curiosity pulled her firmly and she resisted the urge to escape. So I thought that went well with this picture. And here's some more, just some more little stamping. And here's another tag that I showed in the other journal. This is made from a raffle ticket. You can get those at the dollar store. Packages of raffle tickets, and you can decorate them any way you want and make little tags. So I made this one, and it goes so nicely in this little pocket, which I just made out of a piece of ribbon that I received in a Flow Journal swap from Amanda. And this is more napkin collage. I love these blue roses. More napkin in the back. So that is just a little peek at something I'm working on, and I have made some videos of the process of doing this. I have to get them out of an external hard drive that is holding all the stuff from my computer that crashed. So that may be a little while before I do that. In the meantime, if you hung around and you watched this all the way through, I thank you very much. And I'm Bettina Makeley, aka Fairywebmother. This is Fairywebmother's laboratory. Have a great day. Remember to share and like and comment and subscribe. And I will love you so much. I send love to you, and I hope that you will choose love every day. See ya.